All right, bye. We're just calling it like we're on. He says it takes a second, but we should be on. We should be on, Randy.
All right, we think we're live now. We've had some technical difficulties here from Eagle Field in Canton. Hot and muggy night.
Oh, no.
Catch everybody up. Travis Allen had an infield single to lead off the game. He advanced to second base on a wild pickoff attempt. Corbin Broyles up next, popped up the bunt attempt. So 1 out, 1 on. Number 13, Trent Thompson up to bat for your Spring Hill Panthers. Both teams are Panthers tonight. Spring Hill's in the white pants with the baby blue tops. Van Alstyne's in the all-white unis. Trent Thompson looking for something to drive here. Pickoff attempt at second. Back easily for Travis. Trent was named to the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game this week, so congratulations to him. Hayden Beats on the mound for Van Alstyne. He was their Game 1 winner in both by-district and the area rounds with complete games. He's about a 60-40 mix between fastball and curveball. He's thrown well in the playoffs. He can get a little wild. He had 4 walks and 3 hit batters in the by-district game against Crum. So he sets. Trent Thompson at bat. Trent Thompson hits a chopper, foul past third baseman. No balls, 1 strike. The catcher wants to go out and talk to the Beats a little bit. I don't know if they got their signals crossed up, potentially with Travis Allen on second. All right, here comes the catcher back. So your battery for Van Alstyne. Number 9, Hayden Beats on the mound. Number 8, David Sikowski behind the plate. So 1 on, 1 out for Spring Hill. Number 13, third baseman Trent Thompson up to bat.
Oh,
check
good,
swing strike.
Good curveball there.
Yeah, check swing strike on the outside corner. Good pitch by Hayden Beats. Trent just couldn't lay off, and even if he would have, I think the umpire's probably calling that one a strike. So big spot here for Trent. Try to battle.
Okay, we're good. Out. We're good, Randy. We're on
battle
now.
And grind out at bats. Here comes the pitch.
Oh, and that's going to score a run right there.
Down. Travis comes around third base. Here comes the throw into the plate. Get down and save Travis Allen.
Spring Hill's got big hit by Trent there.
RBI single by Trent Thompson. Makes it 1-0 Spring Hill in the first inning.
Spring Hill has an enormous crowd at the game.
It is packed, ladies and gentlemen, over here. If you're listening at home, that may be good because you may not have had room here. That brings up our cleanup hitter, number 22, Kaysen Wilkins, the first baseman. Kaysen was named second team academic All-State, so congratulations to him as well. Trent Thompson on first, 1 out. Pitch. Kaysen hits a fly ball to right field. It may stay in.
Yep.
Good play by the right fielder. Chase that down in foul territory. And that in right field, that for Van Alstyne, that's actually right fielder Noah Godwin. He was named to the Texas Prep Baseball Texas Select game this week. He's a junior this year, so good job by that young man as well. All right, we've got 2 outs. Runner on first, Trent Thompson, brings up the catcher, number 15, Eli Emery. Eli's been a huge addition to Spring Hill this year, allowing him to be behind the plate with his stick as well, and allows Trent Thompson to remain at third base, his more natural position. Foul back, straight to the screen. It's a good pitch by Beats. Low on the outside corner. Good pitcher's pitch there. Eli's has been grinding out at bats all year. I talked to Coach Methvin before the game, asked him the keys. He said continue our good plate approaches, grind out at bats, throw strikes, and when we're in the field, make the routine plays routine. And so far this year, Spring Hill has done that. Spring Hill, while in the field, has only had 1 error in their past 4 playoff games. And when we're at bat, we've scored at least 1 run in 67% of our innings so far in the playoffs. So not only can we be explosive, we can also manufacture runs if needed. So 0-1 on Eli Emery. Ground ball right back, chopper right above the pitcher.
That's going to be a base hit.
It's going to be down for a base hit right above the pitcher. Another infield single for Spring Hill.
We have feasted on the infield hits this playoff run.
I thought Beach was going to get it. It tipped off his glove.
We've got the wrong score up, guys. I'm trying to fix it, but we don't have Cody.
Yeah,
and
then the shortstop. So now we have a courtesy runner, number 1, Hudson Bartell in the courtesy run for the catcher, Eli Emery. Brings up tonight's pitcher, number 18, Grant Burton, who was named first team academic All-State this year. So great job for you, Grant. So runners on first and second for Spring Hill, 2 out. Spring Hill leads 1-0, top of the first inning. Hayden Beats at 11 pitches. Good curveball, stayed up. Good take by Grant.
I didn't have a lot of bite on it, a little slipper.
Yeah,
Boy, perfect weather for baseball, by the way. It's about 80, gentle breeze, overcast.
It's a little muggy, but especially where the packed in without the wind. But
I'm digging it. I like it.
Grant left a good take there, leave that breaking ball up in the zone.
Oh, that was
There's another breaking ball. That was a good pitch. So 1-1. Beats has done a good job so far trying to mix in his fastball and his curveball. He's not overpowering with his fastball, but it will jump on you a little bit if you're sitting on the off-speed pitch. So 1-1 to Grant Burton. Swung through, strike 2. Kind of helped out the pitcher a little bit there. The ball looked a little bit up.
Yeah, that was a little high fastball right there.
Beats did a good job changing the eye level there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Spring Hill. Strike 3, ball gets past the catcher.
Might get on.
He pulls it up, he makes the throw, and he is safe at first base. So a drop third strike, but able to advance. The pitcher, Grant Burton, loads the bases.
Working hard on his way down the first base.
Yes, he was. A good 90 by Grant. So we got a courtesy runner now coming in for the pitcher, Grant Burton. Looks like number 7, Reed Noon. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Now we have the left fielder, number 10, Caden Rhodes up. And Rhodes has had big hits in critical situations this year. And if we could bust open some runs here, that would really put Van Alstyne at a big disadvantage. Van Alstyne coach is calling time, walking up to talk to the umpire. I'm not sure what about. It was first base umpire's call for sure. This may be a little bit different for Spring Hill and Van Alstyne. In the previous series, they each have chosen 2 umpires to umpire the game. Each team has chosen 2. This is a totally neutral crew that neither team has had before, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well, that's a lot better, Randy.
The umpire strike zone.
I think it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's better. Which team can adjust to the umpire strike zone, the better. If you're familiar with the umpire, you're kind of familiar with his strike zone. So that always helps. But which team can adjust the most here? So big situation for Caden Rhodes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And another timeout, this time by a different Van Alstyne coach. And if you're Van Alstyne, this is not starting how you want it. They're already looking a little shaky out there, a little nervous. They have played well in the playoffs. They lost five straight to end the regular season, but they came back and were able to sweep both Crum and Godley. In the Biodistrict round, Hayden Beats tossed a complete game shutout against Crum, and they rode that momentum to a hard-fought series win in 2 games. Then in the area round against Godley, they stunned the Wildcats with a 1-0 shutout in Game 1, then punched their ticket to the Regional Semifinals with a clutch 4-1 victory. Beats was once again a bulldog on the mound, and guys like Graham Haynes, Noah Godwin, and Caden Copeland came through in the clutch. This is a team built on grit and playing their best baseball of the season. They pitch well, don't beat themselves, and know how to play under pressure. And in the playoffs, that's a dangerous combination. So back to the action.
Yeah, I know, but how do I change the scoreboard?
Back to the action. Number 10, left fielder Caden Rhodes up, bases loaded, 2 outs. And Caden hits a foul ball down the right field line. I wonder how many balls they actually lose here in Canton. If you haven't been here, there's a wooded area not far away from the right field line with a fence, and they have to lose a bunch of baseballs during the year. So no balls, 1 strike on Caden Rhodes. Big opportunity here for Spring Hill. Another foul ball back.
Right, yeah.
Basically same place.
Cody.
So now we're sitting 0-2, 2 outs. Caden Rhodes still up to bat. Seeing if we can do some more damage here in the top of the first inning. Spring Hill leads 1-0. Travis Allen started the game with an infield single. Corbin Broles, in a bunt attempt, popped out to the catcher. Trent Thompson then had an RBI single. Kason Wilkins flew out to right field. Eli Emery had an infield single. And Grant Burton reached on a swinging drop, third strike. And a high fastball gets past Caden Rhodes to end the first inning. But Spring Hill is able to put one on the board. So 1-0 Spring Hill as we're going to the bottom of the first. So again, welcome to Eagle Field in a little bit muggy Canton, Texas tonight, where Spring Hill Panther Radio is bringing you the Class 4A Division II Region 2 semifinal one-game playoff between your Spring Hill Panthers coming in with a record of 29-6 versus the Van Alstyne Panthers coming in with a record of 15-13.
Okay, we're still on. I'm not doing commercials.
This is Randy McKay sitting in, pinch hitting for Cody Ferguson tonight, and joining me is Carl Newman. So we're down to the Final Four in Class 4A Division II Region 2, and two teams of Panthers with very different stories are about to collide. One team's chasing redemption while the other one's playing to nothing with nothing to lose. From East Texas, the Spring Hill Panthers are back and playing like a team on a mission. A year ago, they were just a few outs away from a trip to the Class 4A state championship game until Corpus Christi Cal Allen ended their dream in extra innings. This season, they're not just looking to get back. They're determined to finish what they started. Spring Hill head coach Garrett Messfin's claw motto says it all: commitment, love, attitude, and work ethic. Add to that the tag the team has embraced all year, hashtag UFB for unfinished business, and business has been booming in Northwest Longview. Spring Hill has steamrolled through the playoffs so far. In the bi-district round, they took care of Canton in 2 straight games, highlighted by a masterful one-hit shutout from senior Grant Burton in Game 1. In Game 2, more of the same with senior Caden Rhodes and another dominant pitching performance, while junior designated hitter Trenton Bell was perfect at the plate and powered the offense to a 6-3 win. In the area round against Farmersville, the Panthers didn't blink with 2 straight run rule victories, 14-0 and 11-0. That gets us here. We'll get back to some of those game notes here shortly, as we're getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. Senior Grant Burton on the mound for Spring Hill. Grant's had a fantastic season. He's currently 11-1 with 0.83 ERA, 88 strikeouts, and 29 walks in 67 innings. So great job by Grant this year. So leading off for the Van Alstyne Panthers in the all-whites, number 15, the left fielder, Kason Howard. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes strike one right down the middle.
That's a great way to start the game with a strike.
Yeah, that was more of a fake bunt there, I think, to draw, see what he wanted. We're going to do there. I think he was taking all the way there. So 0-1. Threw it right past him, Grant Burton with a fastball right past the leadoff hitter, the left fielder, number 15, Kason Howard from Van Alstyne. And folks, I'll have to say Van Alstyne and Spring Hill tonight because both teams are Panthers. Grant Burton with the 0-2 count. Ooh, tried to change his eye level. Very high. Howard takes that for ball one. So far, Grant appears to be in control. Defense has been stellar for Spring Hill all year, especially in the playoffs. If the net wouldn't have been there.
I'm glad the net's here. I don't think you wanted to catch that one.
It was actually that close, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it's a packed house here for the Spring Hill side, so me and Carl actually had to do some creative maneuvering with our seating. Swinging strike, drop third strike, but Eli Emery does a great job blocking it, comes up and gets the out at first base. One thing that Eli's done great all year, he is very mechanically sound behind the plate. He does slide and block very well. He does not rely on just picking the ball. And he's just a junior, so he'll be back next season. But he's been a great addition to the Panthers this year. All right, bottom of the first, 1 out. Up for Van Alstyne, number 5, the center fielder, Graham Haynes. Burton sets. delivers the pitch. Strike one right down the middle.
Oh, he's got good control, it looks like, tonight. So that's a plus.
Yeah, Carl, I'm looking out here at the flag in the outfield, and it looks like it's pretty much blowing in. So
there's some deep shots hit here in the first round.
Ground ball to third baseman Trent Thompson makes the easy play, comes up, makes the
good,
throw.
Good play by the first
for
baseman.
a 5-3 put out for the second out of the inning. Good stretch by Kason Wilkins at first base. Nice play. Trent probably had a little more time there than he thought.
What was the pitch count for the Van Alstyne pitcher? Did you?
I did not notice, but I did see it was up over 15, so I think he ended up with about 17.
Okay.
All right, so that brings up the second baseman for Van Alstyne, number 3, Carter Upton. So 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Spring Hill leads 1-0. Burton's getting ready to deliver the pitch. Swinging strike. May have helped him out a little bit. Ball looked a little bit up. He swung through it. So no balls, 1 strike. Grant's doing a good job being efficient with his pitches.
Oh.
Good curve ball, breaking ball by Grant Burton for an 0-2 count.
That was a great pitch.
You know, I would expect one of 2 things here.
He's going to waste one.
Fastball high to try to change his eye level or bury the curveball in the dirt because he trusts Eli Emery can block it up. Delivers the pitch. Fastball high. Yeah, tried to change his eye level. Kind of what I expected there. Carter Upton didn't bite at it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. No one on for Van Alstyne. Spring Hill in the field. Nice pitch on the outside corner. Swing strike.
Got him.
Out.
Got the call from the first base umpire. So 1-0 Spring Hill after 1 inning. Ignore our scoreboard. I've been trying to change it, but I don't know how.
Got the called strike there. So Van Alstyne goes down in order in the first inning. So coming up for Spring Hill in the bottom of the second, we're going to have number 19, the shortstop, Mason Barnes, followed by number 11, the designated hitter, Trenton Bell, and then back to the top order with number 12, the center fielder, Magnum TA, Travis Allen.
Might have a little storm blowing up here.
Yeah, it looks like it's clearing off to the one direction.
The wind's come up, though.
Yeah, the wind has come up a little bit there. So get back to some of these game notes. Back to the area round for Spring Hill against Farmersville. Burton was untouchable again in Game 1, and senior Landon Bartell tossed a 2-hit shutout, throwing only 54 pitches in Game 2 to highlight the Spring Hill pitching depth. The batting lineup did not disappoint, with Travis Allen, Corbin Broyles, Trent Thompson, Kason Wilkins, Eli Emery, and Mason Barnes each collecting at least one hit. This is a team that hits for power, plays clean defense, and boasts one of the best pitching staffs in the state. They have championship DNA and something to prove. But standing in their way is the Van Alstyne squad that knows how to survive. Their 15-13 record doesn't tell the whole story. After 5 straight losses to end the regular season, they've shown grit and clutch ability, winning 4 straight playoff games by doing the little things right. This is a team playing their best baseball of the season. They pitch well, they don't beat themselves, and they know how to play under pressure. This is a battle of depth and resilience. Spring Hill brings a loaded lineup, power arms, playoff experience, and motivation from last season's heartbreak. Van Alstyne brings pitching scrappiness and a belief in themselves that they can shock the state. But when the first pitch is thrown in this one-game winner-take-all series, only one Panther team will claw its way to the regional final. First pitch to Mason Barnes, fouled off to the right side.
Were you surprised that Salina lost in the playoffs last week?
I was a little surprised. Waxahachie Life's a good team. That was a one-game series, so that goes to show you anything can happen in a one-game series, which is why Van Alstyne called strike 2 on the outside corner. Good breaking pitch by Beats, which is why Van Alstyne wanted to.
They want one game. They don't think they can beat us 2 times.
Wanted to flip for one game, and that may be somewhat of a, wouldn't say disadvantage necessarily, but gives Spring Hill less of a margin for error. However, it also gives Van Alstyne less of a margin for an error. If they don't have a good night, then they're done too. All right, so 1 down after the Mason Barnes strikeout brings up number 11, the designated hitter, junior Trenton Bell, who has absolutely been on fire in the playoffs. Ball way outside. Trenton Bell has been believe 9 for 12 with 5 extra base hits.
Do you know how big that is for your number 9 guy to do that? That is enormous.
And Trenton was not the foul ball to the right side. Trenton was not the regular DH until probably the latter half of district. And
what do you call that, Randy? Good coaching, huh? Finding the right guy at the right time.
He's done a really good job of working on his swing this year, getting some confidence, and he has just been on fire. Fly ball to right field.
Well
deep,
hit.
It's drifting. It's foul, but nice chase by right fielder Noah Godwin. And there, I think the wind did come into play there, Carl. I think that pushed it a little bit.
Well, and in the first round, he had an absolute rope off the right. It bounced over the wall out there in left center field.
Trenton hit a ground rule double.
Yeah.
In this field,
he got a lot of bat on that ball.
Yeah, he's been swinging the bat really well. I think he's hitting now 448 on the season.
Wow.
So those that aren't familiar, Spring Hill has played all but one of their playoff games here at Canton. So they're very familiar with the field. That should be down.
It did.
Right for a single to right field. So Trenton Bell continues his torrid start.
You know what made that? You know what that made that such a good job of hitting? He had 2 strikes on him, and he just, got a solid piece of the ball and drove it into right field for a single. A great job of hitting.
Absolutely. That's exactly the type of approach that Coach Garrett Messman has been preaching to him all year. Hit the ball where it's thrown. You don't have to pull everything.
You'll lower your batting average 50 points trying to pull the ball. Back up to Travis again, no doubt. I mean, we're at the top of our lineup, so let's see what we can do.
It's a deep and loaded order. So Travis Allen's up 1 out, 1 on. Bell does have a little speed. Kellen McKay and I actually coached him in the high school fall league, and Trenton was.
What grade is he in?
He's a junior this year. He'll be back. So one thing we did talk with him about was being more aggressive, playing with more confidence, and he seems to really has taken to that this spring.
Oh.
So curveball inside, good take by Travis Allen.
Pretty good pitch. That was a pretty good pitch right there.
It's a nice pitch by the pitcher. Good take by Travis. He wasn't going to be able to do much with that pitch, so might as well just take it there. So 1 ball, no strikes.
Oh, the wind has gone crazy.
1 out. Another pick attempt back easily. Bell can steal bases. I think he's got 7 stolen bases on the season. And, again, he wasn't the full-time DH until probably the latter part of district. Travis Allen, on the other hand, has been the leadoff hitter for a better part of 3 years now. He hits a fly ball to right field. Ball is drifting again on Godwin. Comes up, makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. Just got under that ball a little bit. All right, so 1 on.
You folks at home, I assume you can hear that wind. It's really blowing here. If it continues, it's going to affect the game some.
I believe so. So 1 on, 2 out. Brings up number 5, Corbin Broyles. Broyles has got 33 RBIs this season and is chasing the Spring Hill single-season RBI record held by current Florida Atlantic center fielder Marshall Lipsy. Be a good opportunity. That ball hit by pitch.
Got him. All right, so Trent's going to have an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position.
So here Trent had an RBI single in the first inning after Travis Allen had gotten on with an infield single and advanced to second on a wild pick attempt at first. So number 13, Trent Thompson up to bat. And this is what we were talking about with Beats a little bit. He's been their main guy, but he can get wild. And if they have to go to a secondary pitcher, I don't know exactly what all they have behind him. And that ball hits him.
Curveball got away from him that time, so bases loaded.
And so it's kind of a prophecy here.
Well, we don't want to. I mean, the main thing, if he's having trouble, we do not want to help him by chasing. We'll make him come in there and throw strikes. So,
but I think I'm kind of talking the wildness to life here. So
we'll keep talking.
All right.
Keep talking. All right.
So once again, Spring Hill has the bases loaded with 2 outs, just like the first inning.
They're taking their time.
Absolutely. Number 22, the first baseman, out to right field in the first inning. We'll see if Kaysen can get a line drive and bring some runs home. We've got Kaysen can get a line drive and bring some runs home. We've got good speed on the bases.
We've got the bases loaded, but 2 outs, so
once again, an opportunity to really break this open. We had the same situation in the first inning and only were able to get one. We need to take advantage of this situation here.
I'd like one in the dirt that bounces back to the.
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
a single.
Yeah, that's 2 runs right there, I believe. Let's see.
1 run. Here comes Corbin Broyles around. He's going to be.
Oh yeah, baby, big hit, big hit.
Third.
That's how you win. That's how you win a baseball game. You come through with 2 outs. Great job by the guys.
So 2-run single by Kaysen Wilkins.
3-0 lead for the Panthers.
Makes it 3-0 Spring Hill. In the top of the second inning, he had an infield single in the first inning. We've got Trent Thompson at third base. Kaysen Wilkins at first base. I wonder if we'll see some action here on the base pass. Kaysen has stolen double-digit bags this year. I think he is second on the team in stolen bases. Maybe an opportunity to get some movement here. Spring Hill stolen 118 bases on the season. Kaysen Wilkins has stolen, I believe 17.
You know, these runs are.
I believe 17.
You know, these runs are gold early. They just put gold early. That just puts a lot of.
Yeah, Wilkins has 17 steals on the season. So
see if we can scratch out another run here.
Big opportunity here for Eli Emery. They need to watch. Foul straight back, good fastball, and Eli's a little upset because he knows he just missed that one. That was his pitch. He's kind of laughing to himself because that was the pitch he wanted. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and third, Spring Hill, who lead now 3-0 in the top of the second inning. Hayden Beats up to 31 pitches so far for Van Alstyne. Kaysen Wilkins takes his lead at first. Beats sets, delivers. Strike high, and Kaysen Wilkins still second with defensive indifference.
Boy, I thought that was going to be out of the zone. He hit it. That was a good curveball.
It was a good off-speed pitch. He looked up and then just kind of dropped in. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third for Spring Hill. Eli Emery up. See if we can do some inning. Deep down the line.
Just tried to go with it. I love that approach.
Absolutely. Eli has had multiple extra base hits this year. He's, I believe, tied with Trent Thompson for the number of doubles this year, and the majority of his doubles have gone to right field
center. Yeah.
or the gap.
Gap, yeah.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trying to get a forced balk there.
Well, he might not get it. The ball came back to the catcher pretty.
Yeah, the ball was hard and low. It kicked off the catcher's shin guard and hit the border of the wall. It did not hit the pad. It hit more of the side of the backstop, which is not padded, which allowed the ball to bounce back quickly to the catcher.
I don't think he could have made it.
Yeah, it would have been very close there for Trent to make it. So, good job there. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Good pitch.
Oh, just out of the strike zone there. Yeah, that was a good pitch.
Just out of the strike zone.
Great take right there.
Absolutely. Eli Emery with a great take there. The pitcher, he did what he needed to do there. He threw a great pitch. That would have been a very hard pitch to lay off of. So 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second. And strike 3, got him with the curveball again. Yep.
That's a good inning for Spring Hill.
Yeah, nice play there. So Spring Hill scratches out 2 more. They lead 3-0 heading to the bottom of the second inning for Van Alstyne. We've got the heart of their order coming up with the first baseman, number 4, Jesse Broadbent, the shortstop, number 21, Landon Newkirk, and the pitcher, number 9, Hayden Beats. So the winner of this one-game playoff will get the winner of the Kennedale-Carthage series. That series starts tonight.
Where are they playing?
They're playing at Emory Range. They're playing a Thursday-Saturday.
It would be real nice to play Carthage at Driller or someplace. Hang on, let me move over here.
Well, we could have potentially have a home and neutral if a third game, if necessary. I'm not sure which way they'll decide to go. Carthage has a beautiful facility. If you haven't been there, the one thing about it, in district this year, during the year, we kind of thought our district was a little bit weak.
Yeah.
And that's not to be negative against any of the teams.
Well, did Henderson advance around?
That was just our, kind of take on it for some of the games. Now, the 4 teams that made the playoffs, so in Division II, us and Carthage are both still in it in the regional semifinals. In the Division I, Henderson made the playoffs. They won their first round and got knocked out by a very good Pleasant Grove team.
I think we, and I don't mean this this is not a negative comment. It appears, and Godley was the only other team in our region with a real good record, and they got beat last weekend.
Last week by Van Alstyne.
Yeah, and so I expect just to be playing Godley just based on, you look at the record versus Van Alstyne, and so with the new big school, small school, a lot of more powerhouse. The people we beat last year, like China Spring, and that we played Corpus Christi, Cal Allen, they're all big school.
It has changed the dynamic a little bit.
It has changed the dynamic.
And
you still got to win the games. I mean, that's
absolutely.
Yeah, that's no easy trick.
And depending on what district is, if Paris had made the playoffs, in Pleasant Grove's district, they would have been Division
Well, we got
II.
a little bit of a break because Pleasant Grove went up and Bullard went up, which historically they haven't. They've been small,
And Bullard's actually in another region now. They
are in another region.
We moved to Region 2, so we would not have had any of those Region 3 teams, like China Spring. But we would have had.
Well, I think
we would have had Salina and those guys.
Bullard's got China Spring this weekend, I think. Yeah.
So, first pitch to the number 4 hitter, Jesse Broadbent, high takes ball 1. Good pitch.
He's throwing it by him so far.
Swing and a miss. And Grant doesn't look overpowering. If you sit here and look, it's not like he's just throwing 98 miles an hour.
I think it gets on you because he looks so smooth. He doesn't look like he's really trying to blow it.
He does hide the ball well. That ball is high and out of play.
We're here in the woods, and those balls fouled off behind us go somewhere down by a creek.
Yeah, that's what I was commentating earlier. I'm not sure how many balls they lose down there, but it has to be a massive amount. And the high school coaches will tell you, baseballs are not cheap. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Nice pitch by Grant Burton.
That was just off the plate. It was a great pitch. So 2-2.
It was right on the between the river and the other batter's box line. Great pitch with a 1-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Grant Burton delivers the pitch. Ball low, brings it to 3-2. Newkirk's Broadbent has had a good at bat so far. Let's see if he can manage to get on base, give the Van Alstyne Panthers their first base runner of the game. And he does. So ball 4 high. Which that brings up number 21, the shortstop, Landon Newkirk. So runner on first, nobody out. Eli Emery does have a cannon behind the plate if they want to try to steal here.
And that bad wind we were talking about, it's gone again.
Yes, now if I'm looking at the center field flag, it's just laying completely flat. So Spring Hill leads 3-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Van Alstyne runner on first, nobody out. Strike 1.
Grant's up a little bit the last 2 or 3 pitches.
And that pitch was up a little bit. I think he still was in the strike zone. This is a nice size young man, so he's going to have a little bit of those strikes that are up in the zone. So no balls, 1 strike. Grant's out there in his traditional Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo cleats. And swinging strike, strike 2.
Good curveball.
Great pitch by Grant Burton. And you have to remember coming at the end of last year, we had Landon Bartell and Caden Rhodes as our 2 main pitchers.
Well, the rumor was Grant could pitch as well. I kept hearing that, but he really came on big.
He didn't have to.
No, he didn't have to.
But this year, coming into this season with both some arm troubles by Bartell and Rhodes to start the season, both Mason Barnes and Burton really had to step up and carry the team earlier in the year. And Burton has just been impeccable all season. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on first. Swing and a miss.
Randy, his velocity's picked up some this inning. He's, to me.
I agree, Carl. That was maybe the fastest ball I've noticed him throw tonight. which brings up.
I wish we had a gun, or so. I know somebody around here has a gun, but be interesting to see what the numbers are.
That brings up the number 6 hole hitter, tonight's pitcher for Van Alstyne, number 9, Hayden Beats. See if we can't roll a ground ball, get 2, and get out of this. Burton comes set, glances over at first, delivers the pitch.
Oh, there we go, baby.
Up in the zone. And I'm not sure if you noticed that from where your vantage point, Carl.
Yeah.
He looked like he was backing out of the box about the time the pitch came. And I wonder if that's one of the reasons he called that got that high strike call.
I didn't think he was going to call it a strike, to be honest. From my vantage, I'm behind the camera, so I don't have a real clear view. Good job
good
right
block
there by
Eli Emery. Very mechanically sound behind the plate. Takes a lot of pride in his block.
That was a nice play right there. So
one ball, 1 strike. The scoreboard's not correct, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Van Alstyne with a runner on first. Nice pitch by Grant Burton just off the outside corner. Good take by Hayden Beats. Brings it to 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, the scoreboard, if you can see it, is not correct. We got 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, Spring Hill leads 3-0. Nice pitch on the outside corner.
Let's give Eli a little credit for picking that one. That was a good job of framing the ball.
Eli's done a great job of that all season.
We're 2-2, right? Is that what we got?
So we're sitting here at 2-2.
There we go. They're fixing it.
Yeah, we got 2 on the scoreboard. They have it corrected now. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Grant Burton with a big pitch here. And right down the middle.
Oh, yeah, baby. That is a great pitch.
And he just threw it right past him. I think Beats was looking for a off-speed pitch there, saw the fastball, and 2 outs now for Spring Hill. So far, Grant Burton with 4 strikeouts of his 5 total outs. So
doing a great job.
Brings up number 23, third baseman Connor Whitehill. So runner on first for Van Alstyne, 2 outs. Grant Burton getting ready to deliver the pitch. Comes to the plate.
Oh, man.
Nice strike on the outside corner. Another great job by Eli Emery. That's what I was talking about, Carl. He is a very mechanically sound catcher. He will steal strikes. Pitchers love that. So 0-1.
Oh.
Ball high. Almost could have been a pitch out. I thought Eli Emery was going to try to back pick the runner at first base, Jesse Broadbent, but he thought the best of it. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Spring Hill 3-0. Bottom of the second inning. And fouled straight back.
That one was a me, Randy.
Oh, yeah, I think that would have been one for you to catch. Yeah, big crowd here tonight for Spring Hill. Some of the cheerleaders are here. I see.
Yeah, that's unusual to have cheerleaders.
I see people in with wigs on. It's really crowded on the Spring Hill side.
Randy with his tie, his magic tie.
Yeah, Randy Aiken with the magic blue tie.
Yep.
Van Alstyne's as their crowd is filled in a little bit, not quite as large as the Spring Hill crowd, but their crowd is filled in.
From maybe 20 minutes. I read the map, right? Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Grant Burton getting ready to deliver the pitch. Does so. Curveball.
Missed. Good pitch.
Missed the strike zone, but a great pitcher's pitch in that situation. Good spot to miss. Hitter, if he swung at it, was not going to be able to do much with it. So, again, we're back to 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the bottom of the second inning, Spring Hill leads 3-0. And
got
a strikeout.
Curveball that time. Yeah, baby.
Great job by Grant Burton. That's 3 straight strikeouts after the leadoff walk for the inning. And as you know, Carl, leadoff walks traditionally hurt you.
So what's the key to the rest of the game? We just need to keep adding some runs.
I think that we need to keep putting pressure on their defense. We don't need to strike out. We need to keep putting the ball in play, make them make the plays. And when we do get hits, we may put some pressure on them with some small ball. We may put some pressure on stealing bases.
At this point, if we could add 2 or 3 runs, that would be huge.
It's going to be huge because if you look back, Spring Hill's won 15 straight games going back to the regular season, going back to a loss 3-2 to Bullard in a regular season mid-season matchup. in district there. So Spring Hill's won 15 in a row. Now 7 of those games have been shutouts.
Yeah.
And 13 of the 15 they've allowed 1 run or less.
Well, I want to give Randy kudos. I'm sitting. Randy is standing up. My legs would be throbbing. He's got gigantic legs. He's like a bodybuilder from the waist down. It's incredible that he's able to stand on this concrete for 2 hours. I would pass out.
Oh, I love to stand. With my fake hip, it just actually works better for me.
I understand that metal hip deal is sometimes not the most comfortable thing in the world.
Hey, I'm watching Beats here and warm-up.
He's all over the place
warm-up
right
pitches
now.
In the top of the third, and he is.
Coach Methvin better move. He might get hurt.
He's really all over the place. And the umpire too. He turned his back there. I thought he'd make it hit.
I would be a little more cautious based on what I've seen. So.
All right, so here we go. We're at the top of the third inning. Spring Hill leads 3-0. Coming up to bat for Spring Hill, we've got 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters: Grant Burton, Caden Rhodes, and Mason Barnes.
Hey, we have Madison Chenoweth here, who's and who? Hold on, who else we have? Oh, Aiden too. So we have some celebrities here. They wanted a shout out, so there's your shout out, girl.
Fans.
Chad, I can't shout out for Chad. He's a mancation, so he doesn't need a shout out.
Grant Burton takes strike on the outside corner.
Julie,
he's out there. He's out there
Julie.
with Cody.
Yeah, he is. I'd be there if it weren't for my shoulder surgery.
Van Alstyne fans did not like that call. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It was way off the plate. It looked like.
Yeah, from their distance, from their vantage point, it didn't look that way.
Oh, up.
And ball 2 up. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Grant Burton up to lead off at the top of the third inning. Spring Hill leads 3-0, looking to add more to it. Hard hit
in the
ground
hole.
ball.
Oh, he's going to bet him.
Good play by the shortstop to get to it, but he is safe
Wow.
at first base.
Wow, that was a good play by the shortstop.
That was a very good play by the shortstop. I didn't think he was going to be able to get to the ball, and when he did, I thought Grant was going to be safe easily at first. But that young man came up and made a solid throw and made that closer than it really should have been.
I got to tell you that he showed me a little bit of athletic ability and arm strength there.
Absolutely. Good job by that young man. So Grant Burton with an infield single to lead off the inning. Number 7, Reed Noon, comes in as a courtesy runner. Brings up number 10, left fielder Caden Rhodes. Had a strikeout in the first inning. Let's see if he can jump on something here. Hayden Beats already up to 40 pitches in the top of the third with nobody out.
I tell you, I know Reed really loves baseball because when he was little, he was practicing in his front yard and broke my window. I lived next door to him.
Yeah, Wayne was telling me about that a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, he'd go out there and hit in his net, and he just missed one time. So
here we are, Rhodes at the bat. We'll see if maybe Coach Methvin starts the runner here, tries to do some small ball with maybe a bunt. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve. Another pick attempt at first. Reed's got a good lead over there at first base, making Beats really think about him over there.
Do you know what Caden's batting average is? I mean, how's he been hitting this year?
Caden has been slumping a little bit lately, but on the year he's hitting 337.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
He was hot earlier in the year. Coach Methvin's talking to him now about maybe the call there, but I expect Rhodes to possibly lay down a bunt here to move over Reed. Reed's got good speed. Reed ended up having a rib injury at a collision in the plate after the Carthage game. At Carthage, the second game we played Carthage in district, play at the plate, Reed was trying to score, ended up with a rib injury. He had to miss a few games.
Reed's got a pretty good lead over there.
Yeah, Reed's got a big lead. Bunt attempt, pulled back, takes a strike, and then unfortunately, sadly, for all the Noon family, Reed's mother passed away late in the season.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
It's been a tough few weeks for that young man, but he's battled. And he's out there doing his job now to help his team advance to the regional finals. Another pick attempt, almost threw
nearly
that
got
one away.
Yeah,
I almost thought that was going to hit Coach Causey over there in the first base coach's box. But Reed really has Hayden Beats' attention over there, and that just distracts you from making a pitch. So Caden Rhodes up to bat. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Bunt,
that's a good bunt.
Great bunt. Third baseman comes up and fields it, makes the throw.
Got him.
And gets the runner at first base.
Wow.
But a great sack bunt by Rhodes moves Reed Noon to second base, and that was just that good of a bunt. Third baseman had to come up and field that and make a strong throw to get a bang-bang play. And that brings up number 19, the shortstop tonight, Mason Barnes. Had a strikeout in the first inning. But here's one thing about the Spring Hill lineup, Carl. Mason Barnes is your 8-hole hitter. And he leads the team in home runs. How many teams can you say that about?
That's
not
unusual.
many. And your 9-hole guy's hitting 448. So, one out. Little off speed. Mason was a little bit out in front of it.
He looked a little fooled by that.
Yeah, I think he was out in front of it a little bit. He wasn't expecting that off speed, or at least that slow of a pitch. Mason has got tremendous raw power when he gets a hold of it. A pick attempt at second.
That ball, man, that was a good play by the shortstop.
It was a very athletic play by the shortstop to be able to get there, catch it, and get the tag. I'm a little shielded with the pitcher from where I'm at.
It was a little closer than you'd like for it to be.
But it looked pretty close.
Yeah.
So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Reed Noon at second base. Mason Barnes at bat. Spring Hill leads 3-0, batting it in the top of the third inning.
Oh, he's going to step away.
Yeah. Mason calls
time.
The
pitcher really paying a lot of attention to the runners on base.
And that's just great. That's just great mechanics from the Spring Hill team when they're on base, getting that good lead, getting that one-way lead. So the pitcher has to pay some attention to you.
And the hole's gigantic over at shortstop because the shortstop's over there. Yeah. Which is really unusual with a right-handed batter.
Yeah,
I think
Mason takes the ball high, and I think maybe they think that he is not going to pull the ball. He's going to try to go the other way, so they have the second baseman
they
not
must.
covering. But now they're shifting their center fielder to that side.
Oh, almost. That was a good play by the catcher. Low and away.
Ball outside. I think it's a 3-1 count now on Mason Barnes, which will bring up our hottest hitter we've got going on. 2-1 count. Hottest hitter we've got in the playoffs so far. Number 11, Trenton Bell, on deck, looking to do some damage. Good take by Mason.
That was a pretty good curveball there.
That was a really good pitch. It was off the plate for sure.
Yep, it was.
But that is traditionally a swing and miss pitch for him. Spring Hill with Mason Barnes with a great take in that situation. Brings it 3-1. 1 out. Runner on second base, Reed Noon. And that pitch was down. So Mason Barnes draws a walk. Brings up the aforementioned Trenton Bell.
Threw a lot of breaking stuff to that hitter, you know.
We joked when we were here originally for the first series against Canton, their announcer were calling him Trenton Bill. And so I joked, and I was talking with his dad, and I said, if he keeps hitting like this, I'm just going to call him Mr. Bill to begin with.
Call him Dollar Bill.
You're right, because that's what he is. So number 11, the designated hitter, Trenton Bell, coming up. This is a big situation for Spring Hill to keep putting pressure on Van Alstyne. Here's the pitch. Ball up. Ball up. Takes that ball pitch up for ball 1. Yeah, because
I mean, you have to know he's struggling with his. If you're in his situation, make him bring it to you.
This is why Spring Hill's lineup's so dangerous. There's not really a drop off in the batting order, and they can flip it in a hurry. Hard hit ball by Trenton Bell. That's back
over his head.
To the wall.
That's 2
Reed
runs.
Noon scores.
That's 2 runs.
Here comes Mason Barnes. He'll score. Trenton Bell going into third base for a 2-run triple.
Wow, baby. Woo!
A 2-run triple.
Wow.
For Trenton Bell, who continues to be on fire.
Randy, what makes that impressive is the left fielder was right where he needed to be. The ball just hit so hard and deep it got over.
The ball
his
just
head.
kept going and going and going.
Yep.
So Trenton Bell continues just a torrid playoffs.
That was no light hit. That was a rope.
Yeah, he definitely did he found the barrel.
I was afraid.
Sure.
I was afraid it was going to bounce over the fence again. That was
for the ground rule double.
Yeah.
That brings us back to the top of the order, number 12. The center fielder, Magnum TA, Travis Allen, looking to put some damage on the board. Continue this for Spring Hill. Bunt attempt. Squares to bunt. Gets it out in front. Great play. Fair ball. Suicide safety squeeze by Travis Allen.
Another run, 6-0 Spring Hill. Sorry, guys, I can't fix the scoreboard. I've tried.
Great
I can't
safety.
get Cody. I don't know where he is. So.
A great safety squeeze by Travis Allen. The catcher came out and fielded the ball, tried to make the tag on Trenton Bell as he came by. Trenton made sure he got low to slide. The catcher could not get the tag on him.
That was a great bunt.
It was absolutely fabulous.
I mean, the
bunt.
only thing, what he probably should have done was let it roll and hope it rolled foul.
Hope it rolled foul, yeah. Because that was really the only opportunity
only
that he had.
Opportunity he had. You know?
So, again, this is best case scenario for Spring Hill, leading 6-0 in the top of the third inning with one out. You've got Travis Allen on first base who can definitely steal bases. And we've got number 5, the RBI leader for the season, the second baseman, Corbin Broyles up.
Do you know what I love about this? I really believe in my heart, and I think the record's indicated we're the better team, and we're playing like it. I mean, we came out here really taking care of business.
And this is a team, they play very loose. They don't feel pressure. If you get here early enough, and I did earlier today, they have a traditional before-the-game hacky sack contest out in the outfield. So that's how pressure tight they are.
Whatever they're doing, they just need to keep doing it.
They are a fun-loving group, believe me. They're
well, we talked about, Cody and I talked about when we called the first round that, this is kind of an extension of the whole 5-year run here. I mean,
absolutely.
This team's been built on the foundation of those other teams.
Yeah, the class of 2020 who didn't get to complete their season because
that was
of
a great
COVID.
team, by the way.
Then the 2021 team that my son played on, and just continued in 2022 when you had the senior class. Easton Ballard, Marshall Lipsy.
Oh yeah.
Then you had Connor Smeltzer come in. I mean, just a tremendous amount of talent.
It's great for the whole community at Spring Hill because everybody gets involved.
Just a tremendous amount of talent, and the talent's not leaving. Folks, we're graduating 11 seniors, but we do bring back some talent on the team.
We got to find some pitchers.
We have some upcoming talent. I think Kellen McKay and I are going to be coaching the fall ball teams again. So ball high, up, and
it got away.
Ball
got
gets
away from me.
I think they would have had Travis.
Well, they called the right play and didn't execute it.
Exactly. It was a pitch out. Great throw. It did bounce, but a great throw by the kid. It would have had Travis dead at second. And skipped right over the shortstop's glove. So now Travis Allen sitting at second base with one out. Corbin Broyles up. 1 ball, no strikes. Beats already at 51 pitches and growing. Spring Hill with a 6-0 lead. Ground ball to middle. It's going to move the runner. And a high throw.
We're going to score. Oh, we didn't score. Yeah. Oh, okay. Came back. I thought we might score on that high throw. Wow.
So the shortstop getting a little rattled out there. Corbin Broyles, the ground ball to shortstop, should have been a routine play. Throws it away. Corbin Broyles safe at first.
Are you seeing the body language from the Van Alstyne?
Absolutely. They're looking a little down over there.
A little bit. I mean,
runners on the corners with one out brings up third baseman Trent Thompson, who has an RBI single and a hit by pitch tonight, looking to further extend the Spring Hill Panther lead. Good strike down the middle. Good take by Trent. He didn't like it.
It's been a good time for Trent to get another double and go after
Methvin's record. Yeah. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, for those who may not know, if Spring Hill does pull out the win tonight, that will be Garrett Methvin's 99th career victory. So one away from
how many would it take to get us to state? I say 4 more, so 103. 103 be the magic number, maybe.
I think it depends on whether we'll end up having if we advance, do we end up having to play a series or?
I hope we play a series.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think that would.
But that's a coin. That's a coin. I think that would
help our pitching depth. Yeah, we lost both coin flips here to be a 1-gamer and to be the visiting team, but hasn't affected us so far. So 0-1 count to Trent Thompson. Good pitch. Ground ball's going to chop over the third baseman's head. It's going to score another run for Spring Hill.
That's a little.
We get third.
Little bit of luck.
Corbin Broyles advances to second. Trent Thompson never checks up, gets to second base.
Wow.
And that's an RBI double.
Wow.
On a chopper over the third baseman's head.
I'd love a 10-run game and go home early, Randy. I can. I get fired up when we do these games. It takes me about 2 or 3 hours to sleep.
Wind down.
Yep.
All right, so we'll reset here. So we've got Corbin Broyles at third base. Trent Thompson is at second base. 1 out. got Kason Wilkins up, who had a 2-run single in his last at-bat. Spring Hill up 7-0.
We're going to find out what the other pitching they have is.
Spring Hill up 7-0 with 1 out in the top of the third, and Hayden Beats is gone for the day, at least on the pitching mound at 54 pitches.
Wow, what a great job so far by the Panthers.
Absolutely.
And, our Panthers.
The Spring Hill Panthers, it looks like, trying to see the number, I think that is number 3. Carter Upton, looks like he's coming in from second base to pitch.
He's a big boy.
He's a good-sized young man. Let's see if I can look back over.
Is Van Alstyne one of those fast-growing areas, or are they off of that?
I believe they're up around the Anna, Salina area, up in that area.
Yeah, they are. I just wondered.
So Carter Upton on the year, going back to my magnificent stat guy, Jeremy Bartell. Carter Upton on the year, 33 innings. He's given up 33 hits, 30 runs, 16 earned, 37 strikeouts, 22 walks.
Okay, so 16 runs in basically a little less than 5 games. So that's
he's given up 30 runs overall, but 16 of those earned.
Well, yeah, 16 earned runs in 30, a little less than 5 games. So so that would make his ERA 3.5 or 3.5ish, I would assume, somewhere in that range.
4.320 with a 1.650 WHIP. So again, we got Carter Upton coming in from second base.
He gives up a lot of hits. A hit in innings a lot. I mean, well, maybe not. I mean,
well, you like to have your WHIP under 1.5 is where you prefer it. Trying to look at some of the defensive changes here for Van Alstyne. Looks like number 15, Kason Howard, has moved to second base from left field. I cannot tell who went into left field for Beat when Beats left from the mound. Number 2.
Where are we in our lineup? We're up at the top of our lineup.
Yeah, we're at the 4-hole. We've got the cleanup hitter.
Yeah.
Kason Wilkins up.
2. We got runners on second and third. Got 1 out.
Second, third, 1 out. 7-0. Looking to add more. So the Van Alstyne coach is talking with the umpire, making sure he's got all of the subs correct. Coach T. Marshall just texted me. He texted me earlier, and I just now see it. I apologize, Coach T. He said the video is glitching. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that or not.
You want to advance. You're by it. You want to zoom it in and zoom it out. Somebody told me they were, having a little trouble with the internet.
Right. I apologize, Coach T. I just saw your text, so we'll try to get that fixed. Thank you for letting us know. All right, so back to the game. So Spring Hill runners on second and third, 7-0 Spring Hill lead with 1 out in the top of the third inning. You've got Corbin Broyles at third base and a courtesy runner, number 24, Matthew Northern pinch runner, number 24, Matthew Northern in for Trent Thompson. So Kason Wilkins takes ball 1 high. Infield pulled in, trying to not allow another run here. Pitch by Upton, popped out, and that ball's going to get out of play. And we might have us play in the stands, but almost.
It wasn't far from
I think if Jared Allen would have stood up, he could have made the play, but I don't think he was going
He's
for
a
it
big
that
boy.
much.
He's a big boy too.
He's got that long reach there.
He does.
All right, so Upton's getting ready to come to the plate again. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch and another pop out. Looks like it's going to be caught by the first baseman in foul territory, and it is. So a pop out to the third baseman ends up having
the catcher Eli's up again now.
Second out of the inning.
Didn't Grant start us off with an infield hit early?
Yeah, Grant had an infield single.
Yeah.
And then the only other out of the inning was Caden Rhodes' sack bunt.
Yeah.
That brings up number 15, the catcher Eli Emery. With runners on second and third, 2 outs, top of the third inning, Spring Hill looking to do more damage. Ball low and outside. Good take by Eli. The wind's now it's kind of picking up and blowing the other direction from earlier. It's kind of a little towards left field, but not very hard. And from where I'm at, it's very stuffy.
The flag's blowing out in center field, but we're not feeling much of it.
No, not here. Ball 2, way outside. Another good at-bat going for Eli Emery. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Spring Hill looking to do some more damage. See if we can't keep adding some runs every inning. Spring Hill so far has scored every inning this game. See if we can't add some more in the top of the third. Ball 3, way in the dirt. Good block by the catcher. I'll give him a lot of credit for that. That was not an easy play for a ball that bounced that far in front of the plate. Corbin Broyles did a good job.
Somebody told me when the weather was bad, we were lagging more. So maybe the weather's having an impact on the broadcast a little bit tonight.
Yeah, that's a Cody question, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
from
so.
Mancation.
I don't know.
So 3 balls, no strikes. Eli Emery's up. Pretty much a take situation here. Oh, he did.
No.
He took a swing. I thought he was going to take and bring Burton up again.
Hey, Coach Methvin turned him loose.
Yeah, he turned it, gave him the 3-0 green light.
Got to like that.
Eli's kind of laughing there. So we'll see. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Spring Hill. They lead 7-0 in the top of the third inning, looking to add to that. Carter Upton on the mound for Van Alstyne now after Hayden Beats was pulled. Long fly ball, deep to right, but it's going to be definitely foul.
Full count now.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Noah Godwin in right field gave us some chase, but it was well foul.
Yeah, he would have had to have Spider-Man skills to get that one.
He's a good-sized young man out in right field.
He is.
He's got long legs, long arms, looks like very athletic. I guess that's why he's playing in the Texas Prep baseball all-star game in Dallas in a few weeks. Another drive down the right field line, but foul. That was more on a line than the fly ball, but
definitely just trying to go with it and drive in a run or two here. So.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I would have moved if I would have.
Eli's done a great job of that all year, not trying to do too much with the pitch. Going with the pitch on the outside corner, driving it to the opposite field with power. They have shifted the center fielder over slightly, and Noah Godwin, the right fielder, is playing more close to the line now after the last 2 foul balls. But
got him. Caught him out.
Thought it was on the inside corner.
Oh,
Eli did.
Golly.
Strike 3 looking. But Spring Hill puts up 4 runs in the top of the third inning.
Absolutely.
So we go to the bottom of the third. Spring Hill leads 7-0. Coming up for Van Alstyne, 8-9-1. So the 8-hole hitter, the catcher, number 8, David Sikowski. Followed by the right fielder, as we were talking about just then, Carl, the right fielder, Noah Goodwin. And then back to the top of the order with number 15, the left fielder, Kason Howard. And I'm going to take a quick break for a drink of water.
Yeah, you have to. You got to stay, keep your throat moist for sure. Randy, are you a Dallas Maverick fan by any chance?
By my words.
I got Dan Fiskus here. Hey, Dan, what do you think?
I predicted a Panther victory.
Dan's a fence straddler. He's using his Arkansas wit for a Panther. He's predicting a Panther victory tonight. Yeah. So.
Which Panther? Because the Panthers.
He wouldn't say about that. I think he's got to like the home team. I mean us.
I would think so. Or I think Torrey will probably beat him up.
Randy, you probably know this if you've heard us. I'm a big Dallas Maverick fan. I was nearly suicidal. And then we got with a 1.8% chance, we got the number 1 guy in the draft, and it changes life as we know it. So had to get a shout out in for the lucky Mavs.
I was a big Maverick fan when Nowitzki was there and they were in that run.
Yeah.
Now then of course Luka left, but now getting Cooper Flagg. We'll see. I enjoy going to the games.
Oh yeah, to me it's the most entertaining sport you can watch in the Dallas area. Although hockey, if I were I've been watching the hockey playoffs. They're pretty incredible.
Now,
those guys go at it when they get out there.
I do really like the Stars. As a matter of fact, I lived in Dallas in the 1999 season when they won their first Stanley Cup. So
did you go watch them any?
I have gone and watched Darian Hatcher, Mike Bonanno, those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Were
I've been to a couple of hockey games. That's it. But it's hard to see the puck would be my only. But even on TV, I have trouble sometimes. It's moving so fast. So
yeah, those guys are definitely quick.
All
right, so here we go. Spring Hill leads 7-0 going to the bottom of the third inning for Van Alstyne up there. 8-9-1 hitters, starting off with the catcher, number 8, David Sikorsky. Grant Burton's got 3 strikeouts in a row. Has given up no hits, 1 walk, 31 pitches. Delivers again. Good pitch, a little low. Umpires thought it was a little down, but good pitcher's pitch there. That's a good spot to miss for Grant. Pitch, you're not going to be able to do much with it if you do make contact. But that ball's popped up. Should be easy play. Mason Barnes camps under it. And so a pop out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning.
Those are the one we like, 2 pitches.
Absolutely. And Grant's been really efficient so far tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That brings up the number 9 hole hitter for Van Alstyne, number 13, the right fielder, Noah Godwin.
I was going to say, this looks like your description of the right fielder.
Yeah, he's the right fielder, Godwin. Left-hander, I believe the first left-hander we've seen tonight in the Van Alstyne.
He is a big kid.
In the Van Alstyne batting lineup. He's just a junior, and he was the one I was mentioning earlier, was invited to the Texas Prep Baseball All-Star game in Dallas. So he's undoubtedly a good player. He has just recently been batting down in the order. When I looked at Game Changer back towards the middle of the season, he was hitting 1-2 holes. So
must be in a vicious slump, or have been.
Or they're trying something different to try to have some more speed at the top of the order when the top of the order comes up on the bases. That could be it too. So 1 ball, 1 strike, great cut. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Grant Burton delivers a pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Godwin didn't like it. He's talking to the umpire about where the pitch was at. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the third inning, Spring Hill leads 7-0. Pitch low, fastball low on the outside. Nice pitch, nice spot to miss there by Grant. That's more of a hope you get a chase there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on.
Well,
batter calls time, steps out.
He took forever to get ready. Then when he stepped in, he stepped out.
And that's a timing thing. And sometimes you'll do that to try to get throw your pitcher off of rhythm. A foul ball. I can tell a story because I know some of these guys out there are listening. But when I grew up, I was neighbors with Tommy Stewart, who's the Mount Pleasant High School baseball coach now. And Tommy was a pitcher and I was a catcher, so guess who always caught his bullpens? Well, it was me. And so when we ended up playing against each other, I would jump in the box, jump out just to throw his rhythm off and drive him crazy where he couldn't throw strikes.
Did that work?
It worked. It definitely did work.
Well, guy, he's got to know what you're doing at some point.
Yeah, but he can't help it. And then when we were in
he should have hit you. That's what I would have done.
He probably did a few times. And then we were in high school and I was catching him and he was pitching. I could tell the head coach within 4 or 5 pitches whether he was on that night or he needed to get somebody else loose right now because he didn't have it. So shout out to you, Coach Stewart. Love you, brother. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ground ball to the right side. Kason Wilkins make a diving play. Grant Burton covering first.
Good job covering. Yeah,
great job. Great fundamental baseball.
Yes.
Kason Wilkins makes a diving play, knocks the ball down. Grant Burton doing his job, covering first base, just like they draw it up. Tosses over there for a ground out for the second out of the inning. Good job on the 3-1 put out.
He did hit it hard.
Hit it hard. Kason Wilkins did a great job getting down, almost like a hockey goalie, and knocking the ball down.
Well, the good news was it kept it right on the carpet. So
absolutely. And that's another thing about playing on this turf. It does tend to stay down and not catch a dirt clod and make a hop, so it's easier to make sure you stay down on that. So 2 outs brings up the number top of the order for Van Alstyne, number 15.
Oh, I love that.
The left fielder, Kason Howard, takes a breaking ball for strike 1.
That's a man in control of his stuff, starting a guy out with a breaker.
Grant Burton's definitely command 41 pitches, almost through 3 innings now. Comes with the pitch, fastball, foul tip right back. No balls, 2 strikes. Grant is dealing once again. He's been the game 1 pitcher for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, and he is not disappointed tonight. A good block.
Almost.
Good block by Eli.
No, he didn't go. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
They tried to do a check the first base umpire to see if he had check swing. I didn't think he went either. Umpire agreed. But a good check. Great block by Eli Emery. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Spring Hill leads 7-0. The bottom of the 3rd inning. Van Alstyne batting in. Strike 3.
Completely fooled him. He was so late when he swung. But the ball's in the catcher's mitt when he was taking a cut at it.
Strike 3 to end the 3rd inning.
Grant looks like he has control of his breaking ball right now. So, what a great start for Spring Hill.
That's 6 strikeouts for Grant Burton through 3 innings. And none of those looking.
And, you know, our defense, to me, has been improved this year over the last few years so far. I mean, we have really been sharp on defense.
Absolutely. This is a team that I think I mentioned earlier, 13 of their last 15 games have given up 1 run or less. And you do that with good pitching. You do that with, like Coach Methvin mentioned to me in a pregame interview, make the routine plays routine.
Absolutely.
You don't necessarily have to make the star plays, but let's make the routine plays. Let's don't give teams extra outs.
I mean, walking people and you know, letting people who should be out on base will kill you, and it leads to big innings.
Absolutely.
You know.
Lots of crooked numbers when you can't throw strikes and you can't field the ball.
Exactly.
So we're here in the top of the 4th inning now. Leading off for Spring, we got the 6, 7, 8-hole hitter up for Spring Hill. Starting off with number 18, the pitcher, Grant Burton.
We need people to get on for a number 9 hitter. He might be our MVP offensively.
Right, so Grant Burton lead off the inning. He's had a strikeout and an infield single tonight. See if he can keep the pressure on the Van Alstyne defense. And their new pitcher that came in last inning, number 3, Carter Upton.
He's got pretty good stuff, Randy.
I think he does. Now, if you look where the left fielder is shifting. They're giving him the left field line, so it'll be interesting if they throw him all on the outside corner. Ball was up. Grant tried to check his swing, fouled off, but the left fielder's giving up a tremendous amount of room on the left field line, so that leads me to believe they're going to try to throw him away and not let him pull the ball. But he hits the ball up the middle. Shortstop comes over and makes the play. Makes the throw and gets the out. Nice play, 6-3 put out.
A hard hit ball. I think this pitcher is from what I've seen last inning, he has a little more velocity right now than he did.
And I think he's still trying to pitch to contact a little bit. Trying to let us get ourselves out. That brings up the number 7 hitter. Number 10, left fielder Caden Rhodes has a strikeout and a beautiful sac bunt. Takes strike 1 right down the middle. Caden looking to get in the groove here. Been kind of struggling at the plate in the past few games, but playing excellent defense and pitching well. Takes ball 1 well outside. If Caden gets hot, watch out, folks. He does have some power. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
You know,
way low.
He has really grown this last year, too. He's so much taller. I think.
Yeah, he's taller. He's put a lot of good weight on.
Yeah, absolutely.
The big scare for him was last year in football season when he tore up his elbow. Luckily, it was his non-throwing elbow.
Yeah.
And ended up having to have surgery. And he fouls that one straight back.
Well, and you got to appreciate the fact that he's a baseball player. I mean, I think we need more kids to play more than one sport.
Absolutely, and he does it well.
Yeah, absolutely. But you hate to see him get hurt in that scenario as well.
It was a big scare for the team. Pulls that one foul. Coach Methvin tries to make a play, hits the dugout, comes back. It was a big scare. Luckily, it was his non-throwing shoulder. Non-throwing elbow. It did require surgery, but he was able to come back. Early in the year, he didn't throw much, and towards the middle of the season, he's thrown a lot more and done a great job. And a foul ball. It's going to be out of play, straight back.
This one's not too deep.
Yeah, not too deep. Matter of fact, didn't get outside the fence. Give a shout-out to number 4, Kason Copeland, who makes the to play in foul territory over there to keep the ball from getting out. So it brings up 2-2. 1 out. And a foul ball straight back. Catcher did a good job hanging on to it. So that'll be a strikeout. Brings up number 19, the shortstop, Mason Barnes, who has a strikeout and a walk tonight. Let's see if he can add a base hit to his collection. Spring Hill leads 7-0, the top of the 4th inning. Looking to add some more runs here and then keep shutting down the Alstyne Panthers. Try to get out of here early, possibly. A little bit high. Mason takes a cut.
Sometimes those high fastballs look just so juicy, and when they get there, they're hard to catch up to.
Yeah, they're hard to catch up, tough to lay off. He looked down at Coach Methvin. Methvin gave him the calm down sign. So.
About the same pitch again.
That ball, I think, got more inside under his hands, but the same result. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Need Mason to kind of grind out him at bat here.
Oh.
And foul ball.
Oh, off the end of the bat.
I think it was off him and the catcher. So Mason looking to get on base again for the designated hitter, number 11, Trenton Bell, who's got a single and a 2-run triple already tonight, standing on deck. So 2 strikes and
roped.
Ball down the line.
Wow. Wow, that was a shot.
Just out in front of it a little bit. And if you watched where the left fielder was playing, he's walking back to his position. They're giving the left field line, and I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure if you're the pitcher, if you meant to do what you just did with 2 strikes on the guy.
Yeah, you definitely need to keep the ball away. That was a good pitch.
Yeah, that's it.
Good pitch by the pitcher. Strikeout of Mason Barnes in the top of the 4th.
Randy, I don't know if you saw the last inning, but after the inning, they got the out, and somebody threw the ball to the first baseman who wasn't watching him right in the chest.
No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
And the first baseman was like, "Oh God," So anyway.
All right, here we are heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Van Alstyne with their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. We have, I believe, number 5, Graham Haynes. Then the pitcher, number 3, Carter Upton. Then number 4, the first baseman, Jesse Broadbent. With some of the defensive changes, I may have missed one there, but we'll see. We'll let you know as we have those batters come up. But Grant, 4 pitches so far, has been in control of the ball game. Lots of strikes. He's got 6 strikeouts so far in the game. 1 walk. Another great, outstanding performance by Grant Burton, and Spring Hill spotted him a 7-run lead, and that's all you can ask for from a pitcher.
Well, and we were talking, we've been talking about it. I mean, Grant, I heard, hey, Grant can pitch, but he never did because of the excellent things that happened last year. He never
had to with Rhodes and Bartell.
But with the injuries this year, I mean, he really came in and was a difference maker for them. They needed somebody to step up, and, man, he did a fantastic job.
It was just huge. I follow the team. I'm with them all the time, and just to see what he and Mason Barnes did, coming out, throwing strikes.
Yeah.
And they weren't just throwers. They were pitchers.
Right.
They did a great job early in the season to allow some of our guys to get a little healthier, and now we're stuck with a surplus of pitchers.
That's a good problem to have. You never know when your surplus is just what you need. Right?
That's absolutely a great problem to have.
Yeah.
So here we are on the bottom of the 4th inning. Van Alstyne coming up. Number 2 hitter, number 5, the center fielder, Graham Haynes, grounded out to Trent Thompson at third base in his first at-bat. Grant Burton getting ready to deliver his 45th pitch of the game. Very efficient. And a swinging strike. He kind of helped him there. The ball looked a little bit up.
A lot of velocity on that one.
Ball looked a little up, and he kind of helped Grant out there by taking a hack at it. So no balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Good pitch, down and low.
Right.
A good swing.
Randy, and one of the things about being around the strike zone is you're going to get some help if you're close, from the hitters.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're there close, you're going to get not only help from the hitters, you're going to get help from the umpire.
I agree.
And Eli Emery's going to steal you some strikes along the way as well. So no balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Good breaking ball. Pop up to right field. We've got number 9, Brian Seal out there. Makes the catch.
And you know, kudos to him. He's made some. He's had some deep balls. He's had to go back and get in the playoffs. He's done a good job out
Absolutely, he had a couple of balls in the Canton series
against the wall. He had some up against the wall.
We had a deep, long run. Brian Seal's done a great job.
Yeah.
Out there in right field when Grant Burton when Grant Burton pitches. Normally, if Grant's not pitching, he'd be in right field. So when Brian Seal's gotten his opportunity in the field, he's done a fantastic job.
You bet.
That brings up number 3 for Van Alstyne. Number 3, Carter Upton.
Oh, that's a great pitch right there.
Took a strike on the first pitch. Upton started the game at second base, has now moved on to he's on the mound, and he had a strikeout in his only at-bat so far tonight. And he's behind in the count as we speak. That was more of a swing and miss pitch there. It was off the plate for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Upton at the plate. Burton on the mound. Spring Hill leads 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nice pitch.
Baby.
I'm not sure what else you're looking for
I'm not sure how often you see in high school curveball, first strike, curveball, then a fastball. That's
and spot it like he did. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's right.
1 out. And Grant Burton having another masterful pitching performance. And another strikeout. Just kind of blew that one past him on the inside corner. Maybe got under his hands a little bit, but another good job by Grant Burton. Now that brings up, I'm trying to see if they've changed up the order a little bit with all the changes. So now we have the number 2, Brady Skipworth, up. So his first at-bat tonight. He is in the 4-hole where Jesse Broadbent was. Comes in for his first at-bat. So no balls, no strikes, 2 outs. And takes the first pitch right down the gut, strike 1. Grant Burton continues to be in control. Gets ready, delivers the pitch. Another strike.
Wow.
Ball may have been a little bit up. But the umpire said it was a strike, so we'll go with that. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Grant Burton getting ready to deliver the pitch. Nice pitch on the outside corner. Eli tried to steal another one and throw the ball around, but the umpire didn't agree with him that time.
That was a little off the plate.
Yeah, it was a little outside.
It was a great pitch with 2 strikes.
Oh, absolutely. Not going to do much with that. Eli tried to steal it. And another breaking curveball there for another strikeout. Eli Emery with a great block and the tag.
How do you describe that? So far he's been masterful. That's
the word I would use, masterful. That is 1, 2, 3.
8.
9 strikeouts so far in 4 innings. So great job so far by Grant Burton. You can't ask for much more.
Now we have you would think we have an opportunity now with the hottest number 9 hitter in the universe.
Absolutely.
And the top of our lineup coming up to really try to put this thing away here.
Yeah, because you're coming to the top of the 5th inning. It's been a fairly quick ball game.
Yeah,
actually.
Things been moving. You bet.
So that brings up for Spring Hill, you've got the number 9-hole hitter, who's not your typical number 9-hole hitter.
He hasn't been. I'll go back to what I said. He's the hottest number 9 man in the universe. Okay, he's hot.
Yeah.
You know.
So bring up the 9-hole hitter, number 11, Trenton Bell, followed by Travis Allen and Corbin Broyles.
I got Randy. Oh man, your grandson is on fire, Randy. Randy came on fire. So
I've got Patrick Rhodes trying to tell me something, but I can't quite figure out what he's saying there.
Oh.
Carl, is he talking about the score?
Yeah, I know. I don't know how to do it. We got a lot of limitations in that. I'm sorry. Yeah, guys, the scoreboard is not updated. I've tried, but I don't know how.
Yeah, it is. I'll go ahead and update 7-0 Spring Hill.
Thank you,
top
Randy.
Of the 5th
Thank
inning.
you, Randy. Yes, I've had about 200 texts from home about the scoreboard not being right, and I have tried and tried. I spent the first 2 innings trying to fix it, but I couldn't.
All right, so that brings up the top of the 5th, Trenton Bell.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Low.
We like to hit when we're ahead, don't we, Randy?
Absolutely, and Trenton's done a great job of it. Trenton's kind of quiet, laid back kind of guy, but he will get fired up swinging the bat. Takes ball too high. Ball too high.
And what happens to people's batting averages when they get 2 balls right off the bat? They go through the roof, don't they?
Because typically your pitcher really needs to throw a strike and will groove one right here. And he does. Trenton Bell takes it. I'm a little bit surprised. I thought he may come out of his shoes on that and try to hit the
you gotta like the patience, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one thing Methvin's preached all year is, approaches at the plate. That ball was a little up.
They've gotten us to go after a few of the high ones.
He ends up fouling that back. So 2-2 count on Trenton Bell. Looking to get some base runners on for the top of the order. Let's see if Spring Hill can't do some more damage here in the top of the 5th inning, leading 7-0. But Upton's done a good job.
Guys, same pitch.
Yep, got him chasing the high ball there. So good job by Upton, and he's done a really good job since coming in the game. He's got 3 strikeouts, I believe 3, maybe 4 strikeouts.
Travis has a single and a bunt single, right? I mean,
Travis got an infield single, then a fly out to the right fielder, and then a safety squeeze single that scored Corbin Broyles. So Upton has done a good job since he came into the game.
Oh, yeah.
Travis Allen up to plate. And he gets one off the fist and just foul down the left field line.
With his speed, that might have been a triple right there if it had just stayed fair.
He just got it in on his hands a little bit. He didn't quite get the barrel to it. But the way they're playing the left fielder, they're giving a lot of room down the lines. They're more trying to play the gaps than the lines. So we'll see if that works for them. Ball right back to the pitcher. Takes his time, makes the throw. So 1-3 put out. Gets Travis Allen out. Brings up the number 2 hole hitter for Spring Hill, number 5, the second baseman, Corbin Broyles. He's had a pop up to the catcher, hit by pitch, and reached on an error. See if Corbin can extend his hitting streak here. Corbin was really hitting the ball well. He had a lot of RBI opportunities early in the tournament season.
And there you go. That's a shot.
It could be down for 2 bases if it gets in the gap. Right fielder did a good job of cutting that off, but a good job by Corbin. Had a single to right center. And if the ball had been hit with a little more velocity, I think it would have skipped through and been extra bases. But good job by Corbin to extend the inning.
It wasn't quite as deep as it appeared it was going to be when he first. Yeah, but it was a great job of hitting.
It wasn't as hard as I thought it was off the bat.
Yeah, it looked like it was initially going to get by him, but
that brings up number 3 hole hitter, number 13, the third baseman Trent Thompson, who has an RBI single, a hit by pitch, and an RBI double tonight. See if he can't continue his hot streak. Trent's got some raw power, and the way they're playing him, he loves to pull it down the left field line. So we'll see if that ends up hurting Van Alstyne with their defensive alignment here. So no count, 2 outs. Runner on first base, Corbin Broyles. Trent Thompson up to plate. Spring Hill leads 7-0, top of the 5th inning. And Upton comes set, steps off. And comes back, gets ready to deliver the pitch. Broyles getting the lead off first base. Delivers the pitch, ball's up, popped up straight up, right in front. They can't find it. They don't know where it's at. Ball hits just the ball hits just in fair territory and then bounces foul. So Trent's got another chance. That ball was sky high, and where I'm at, I am directly behind home plate. And that ball
could you find it?
I found it, but I'm looking up into that black net, and so I was able to pick it up.
Right.
They're looking more into the lights that are behind the press box here, and neither one of them saw it. It was similar to a ball Trenton Bell hit a few weeks ago here that no one saw and ended up falling in the infield for a double. Runner goes from first. Ball low and in the dirt.
Well, and the pitcher exited the mound area so much, and that's where the ball.
Yeah, that's where the ball went. No one
Have you ever seen a pitcher do that?
I've seen a pitcher vacate, but not with that intensity. I'll put it that way.
It was a strong vacation.
Yeah,
How about that?
He got to the fence with purpose. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Good take by Trent Thompson on a ball low and outside. Again, they're giving Trent the left field line with their defensive alignment. The third baseman is shaded slightly towards the bag. Now he's moving back towards more of the middle of the field. Here comes Corbin stealing third.
Popped him up.
Let's see if they can make a play. I don't know. No one sees it. They don't
see
it.
Wow.
The ball falls in the outfield.
Wow.
For an RBI double by Trent Thompson.
Wow.
Yeah, neither one of
the ball nearly hit the outfielder. It was. Well, how far you think from me? 8 or 10 feet away.
The shortstop lost it, and the right fielder, the left fielder, I believe, never saw it.
You think it's a cloud cover and it's just not quite dark yet that's causing all the havoc?
I'm not sure because I picked it up. I'm behind the plate. I picked it up pretty well.
Well, you know, Randy, you hear about high skies. When the sky is super blue, the ball,
when it's overcast and during the day is when I would have problems. It's more dark. It's darker here.
Yeah.
So not real sure.
Well, that's unfortunate right there because.
That just extends the inning and scores another run.
And puts another guy in scoring position. So another single, we get another run.
Brings up Cason Wilkins, has a fly out to right field, a 2-run single, and a pop out to first base that he's looking to add another run to the Spring Hill's collection today.
8-0 Spring Hill now.
No balls, 1 strike.
Ball low in the dirt. Good job by the catcher there.
Yeah, great job by number 8, David Sikoski, behind the plate.
Had a ball in the dirt. He did a good job of blocking it.
Absolutely. Kept the runner from advancing to third. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Spring Hill looking to add the lead. Cason Wilkins at the plate. Got a fake pick over there at Trent.
Well, Trent can go as far as a shortstop.
And Trent's not the swiftest thing in the world, and he'll tell you that. But he'll steal more bases than you would think. Now, I doubt he steals third. And a hard hit ball by Cason Wilkins to the shortstop comes up, makes the play, and the throw across for a 6-3 out. But Spring Hill is able to add another run to the board. They lead 8-0 going to the middle of the 5th. I guess the 7th inning stretch was the 5th inning stretch.
Well,
since we only have 7 innings total.
Yeah. We just need Grant to keep doing what he's doing. Just so y'all know, we're doing what the Masters did. We're going commercialless. We're not going to be pressured by anybody, so no sponsors, okay? So there you go.
So it looks like Grant so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts so far in
55 pitches.
In 4 innings on 55 pitches.
Yeah.
He's given up 1 walk. It's going to bring up the 5, 6, 7 hole hitters for Van Alstyne in the bottom of the 5th with Spring Hill leading 8-0.
Sometimes when you strike out a lot of people, you throw more pitches, but Grant's done it without throwing that many.
Absolutely. I was reading a thing the other day about a college coach, and he said early count ground outs he liked better than strikeouts. And I would agree with him in most situations.
Well, the only nice thing if you can strike people out is you can get in a bind and get out of it.
Exactly.
If you can't strike people out, you're playing a little bit of Russian roulette there.
Yeah, and I would pretty much agree with that coach.
Sure.
The early count
two pitch pop ups and
early count ground outs.
Yeah.
Except for the time where you have maybe a runner on third with 1 out and you really need that strikeout.
Yep.
It's good to have it in the bag, but
we're going to go to Major League Baseball. It's what made Ozzie Smith a Hall of Famer. The outs he got for his pitchers when they really should have been base hits. He was just so great. I mean, if you're a pitcher and instead of having a guy on first and third, you've got 2 outs and a guy on first. I mean, that's just game changing.
No, absolutely. And to throw 100 miles an hour, you could throw 85, but if you could throw it where you wanted it, you could get
well,
guys
if you can get it to move, and he got a lot of love from the umpires, so I don't want to get into that conversation real heavy, but they gave him 4 or 5 inches off the plate, so he,
Yeah, and they did that because he would hit the spot.
I know,
consistently.
I know, but he wasn't the only one in that era that they were doing that for.
That's true. I would agree with that.
But he's a great pitcher, and really, to your point, I mean, the movement is more important than the velocity sometimes.
Absolutely.
And location.
The location, I think, is the most important thing. All right, that's going to bring up the number 5 hole hitter tonight, shortstop, number 21, Landon Newkirk. Had a strikeout in his first at bat. Very athletic young man.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's got some power.
It looks like a running back, Randy.
Very, very much looks like a running back.
He's got a running back's body. How
Absolutely.
about that?
He's got that build. And I'm willing to bet he's faster than either of us. So I'm not going out on too big of a
If he
limb
walks
there.
without a limp, he'll blow me away.
Yeah,
let me tell you that.
We get both of us there. So Grant Burton delivers first pitch. Ball hits straight up. Mason Barnes going out, sees the ball, able to catch the ball.
Wow.
And if you notice the one thing there, that same situation just happened to Van Alstyne with a high pop-up, and their guys didn't see it. But did you notice Eli Emery there?
Was he pointing at it?
He was pointing at it and calling out to the fielder of which one should get it.
Right.
So that's just another example of the little things Spring Hill's doing to really set this team apart.
Well, Randy, we've talked about this. I like the way we warm up before the game. We look sharp, and some of the teams we play against are not quite as crisp out there yet.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to strike one there by Grant Burton. Unfortunately, we were having technical difficulties. I didn't get to watch in and out as much as I would like to, but I did notice some of that. So now we have number 12, Caden Barrett up.
Foul back.
Pop back right back to the foul screen. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
And Grant is filling up the strike zone.
Oh,
right
absolutely.
Now. When you're up 8-0, the last thing you need is a base runner.
A
free one.
A free one.
Yeah, a free base runner. Yeah.
If they get a hit, let them hit it. Make them earn it. So 0-2. Nice pitch. 0-2. Nice pitch. It's more of a swing and miss pitch there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Number 12, Caden Barrett up for Van Alstyne. Spring Hill leads 8-0. The bottom of the 5th inning. Grant Burton delivers. Hard hit ball down the left field line. Great job by Barrett.
Wow, good job.
Great job by Caden Rose to get there and limit that to a single.
Our outfield's been fantastic this playoff run.
Yeah, limited to a single there. Off the bat, I thought that was probably going to be a double. And I guess I can go ahead and say it now. That's the first hit allowed by Grant Burton tonight. So,
you can't talk about it before
I
it
can't talk
happens.
about it. All I could say was he had 1 walk, So that brings up Connor Whitehill. He was at third base to start the game. I believe that's where he's still at. So 1 out, runner on first base. See if we can roll a ground ball, get 2, and get out of it.
Oh.
Nice ball. Down. Eli Emery does a good job blocking it. Gets away from him a little bit. Keeps it in front. Keeps the runner at first base. Good job by Eli. And then he immediately turns to his pitcher and says, all right, we're good. Let's go. Really like Eli's mechanics behind the plate. Runner at first base. Barrett getting a little jumpy out there trying to get maybe a forced balk by Burton. But I would say he better watch or he may get back picked by Eli Emery. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Burton comes set. Batter calls time, step out, and we'll do it all over again. And then there's the traditional your box chant from the batting dugout. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runner on first base for Van Alstyne. Grant Burton with the pitch, swing and a miss. Do another one by him. So Spring Hill looking for a ground ball here, maybe turn 2, get out of this inning, and go and try to put some more runs up. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Burton delivers, foul back into the net. Burton's done a great job working ahead in the count tonight.
He's been really good out of the stretch too, Randy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he hasn't had to very much.
No, but when he has, he's been
right. It's got to be the shoes.
Yeah, they are fancy.
Those are the mystery. Those are the Scooby-Doo mystery machine cleats. And as Michael Jordan used to say, it's got Spike Lee. It's got to be the shoes. Mars Blackman. I'm showing my age here.
Got to be the shoes.
It's got to be the shoes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Grant Burton getting ready to deliver the pitch. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes pitch. Good breaking ball for a strikeout. Great pitch by Grant Burton.
Every out is big for us now. So that's 2 outs.
All right, 2 outs brings up the number 8 hole hitter, the catcher for tonight, number 8, David Sikowski. So we got 2 outs. Runner on first base for Van Alstyne in the bottom of the 5th. Van Alstyne trails Spring Hill 8-0. A little gamesmanship toying around from Grant Burton and Kason Wilkins at first, talking about Grant's power pickoff move there. Under Emery, keeps it in front of him. Ball 1 on the count to number 8, the number 8 hole hitter, number 8 for Van Alstyne, the catcher, David Sikowski. Runner takes a lead.
Oh, there's a
ball.
He's got it. Wow, I thought that was going to be a liner over his head when he hit it.
Little line out to Mason Barnes to end the inning. So Van Alstyne does collect their first hit of the night. However, after 5 innings, Spring Hill leads 8-0.
2 base runners so far in the game is it's hard to put much on the board with those.
Incredible. And
yeah.
You know, coming into this game, Carl, you and I talked about it. The difference between, a 3-game series, which really favors Spring Hill with their pitching staff and how deep we can go in pitching, versus a 1-game series where anything can happen. And Spring Hill really did a good job of coming out here tonight and not allowing that quote-unquote anything to happen.
Well, and I think Grant, when you're a pitcher in that situation, the first thing you need to do is throw strikes, and he's definitely done that.
Yeah, he came out and throw strikes. We were able to get some early runs.
Yep.
Van Alstyne was a little shaky actually early in the game in the field, which allowed us to get those runs. And now we're just looking to put the game away. And as I mentioned earlier, the 1-game series, yes, it gave Spring Hill less margin for error. But at the same time, it gave Van Alstyne less margin for error as well. They pretty much had to be perfect to try to win a 1-game series. And so far, they have not been, and Spring Hill's really made them pay for it. Spring Hill's not the type of team that you can afford to give extra outs to. They really do feast on that.
Well, and aside from everything else, Van Alstyne's had trouble picking the ball up tonight, and Spring Hill so far, to your point, they're getting help from the other players, but we've done a good job of haven't had a problem yet. So
absolutely. And speaking of communication, up to the plate now for Spring Hill, number 15, the catcher Eli Emery has an infield single and 2 strikeouts tonight. And those 2 strikeouts are very unlike him. So as we go to the top of the 6th inning, we'll see if he can get on and see if Spring Hill can't get some more runs on the board. So we've got Emery, Burton, and Caden Rhodes due up. Ball hit foul. Coach Garrett Methvin makes a great one-handed stab over there. Because if he wouldn't have, the boys were going to really let him know about it. So, again, the defensive alignment for Van Alstyne, they're really giving up the left field line. The right field, not so much now. Ooh, and he really pulled that one. He's really trying to pull it down that line now. And I think they may want to make a adjustment with their outfield alignment, especially their left fielder.
His go-to pitch with 2 strikes has been a high fastball, don't you?
Right, and if you can lay off that, or if you can turn on it and pull it, that's really what you're trying to do. He is setting up on the outside.
The curveball,
but he hit the ball right to the third baseman down and takes a few steps.
Oh, threw it away.
Absolutely airmails it.
I tell you what, he did a great job fielding the ball. Then he took extra steps before he threw it, and
absolutely, it was number 13 for Van Alstyne. 23. That's Connor Whitehill. Did a really good job staying down and fielding the ball. But as you said, Carl, he came up and he took 3 or 4 crow hops and then just threw it
Airmailed
very
it.
high.
Yeah, airmailed
The first baseman had no chance. So that was Eli Emery reaching on air. We've got number 1 Hudson Bartell coming in as a courtesy runner and bringing up tonight's pitcher, number 18, Grant Burton. Grant's had a strikeout, an infield single, and a ground out to shortstop. We'll see if we have a little action on the base pass. Grant takes ball one down.
There we go.
I
tell you what, Grant, his before he focused on pitching so much, really was the heart of our offense the last couple of years.
Yeah, he got a lot of pure power.
Yeah.
The thing I love about Grant, he's got like ice water in his veins. You never see him really excited, and you never see him down.
Well,
he's very low key.
Were you at the state tournament game when we needed a run? He got 2 strikes. And he battled, and singled in the run. That was one of the best at bats I've ever seen.
Yeah, Grant Burton is Joe Cool for sure.
3 balls.
3 balls, no strikes. Got Caden Rhodes sitting there on deck. Spring Hill can find a way to scratch across 2 runs and hold Van Alstyne in the bottom half. That would be another run rule victory for Spring Hill in these playoffs and another shutout. But we got to get there first. Need to get these runs home. So 3-0 count. Runner on first for Spring Hill. Nobody out. Pitcher Grant Burton at the plate and left fielder Caden Rhodes on deck. Pitcher taking quite a while, decides to throw over to first, and Hudson Bartell is back in safely.
You going to turn him loose, or you going to have him take?
In this situation, I need 2 runs to get to a possible run rule victory. I'm probably making him take. And he does take. Hudson Bartell steals second on basically defensive indifference.
Yeah.
Didn't even try to get him there, so at least we're out of any type of ground ball double play in the middle situation. And Grant hits a high fly ball to left field. Looks like they have a beat on this one,
yeah.
And he does. So high fly.
It's a little to the left fielders. Not seeing the first one. It's a little darker now.
Yeah, I believe so. A little darker, especially the way he's looking back over towards the intermediate school.
Yeah.
That leaves number 1, Hudson Bartell at second base, so 1 out. Number 10, left fielder Caden Rhodes up. He's got a strikeout, a beautiful sac bunt, and another strikeout. Let's see if he can't get a base hit tonight, add to the barrage.
Oh, they're going to
pick off at second.
Boy,
back.
They can't. Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. They came. He was almost leaning the other way. We don't think he was. I think he was safe unless his hand came off the bag.
I thought he beat the ball back there for sure, unless his hand came off and they tagged him after it came off. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't see them changing the call because the umpire's right there. I think Coach Methvin just wants an explanation of it. But at least from my vantage point, it looked like he was back easily. Now, if he came off the bag and was then tagged, well, there's the second out of the inning. So
our rally is kind of fizzled here.
What started off as a promising inning is now kind of fizzled out. That's not to say we can't continue. We've scored a lot of runs with 2 outs this year, but it does kind of bring a little damper on it. So nobody on now. 2 outs. Caden Rhodes up to bat. Takes ball 1 low. And really, Carl, I have to tell you, Upton has done a really good job on the mound tonight.
I think they rolled the dice with the wrong guy to start with. Maybe.
They may have.
Yeah.
Now
they didn't know that, obviously.
Right. I will say Beats has. He threw the most innings for Van Alstyne this year and had the best numbers. He may have had a bad night.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Caden Rhodes up to the plate. But I will say, Carl, I think Spring Hill helped him have a bad night.
Yeah, I agree with that.
High fly ball by Caden Rhodes. That ball is just drifting out there deep.
Wow, okay.
Long fly out.
Well, you and I were talking earlier, I think before we got on the air, just about Van Alstyne having a really rough finish to their district, and then having a hotter run in the playoffs after they got going. And they appeared to beat a really good Godly team that had an excellent record, but it was the same kind of setup, a one game, one and done.
Actually,
scenario.
the Godly series wasn't. It was a 2-game.
Oh, was it? I thought
sweep.
so. I'm sorry. I thought you said it was one game, but I had looked at the region.
They struggled. Van Alstyne struggled down the stretch. Now they lost back-to-back games against Salina, and then they lost back-to-back games to Sanger, and then they played a warm-up game, and I don't recall who it was against, but they lost that one as well. So those were their 5 straight.
Yeah.
Now the first round they played Crum, and honestly, I really thought Crum would win that series. I know a gentleman whose son goes to Crum, so I kind of follow them. And
Crum, a historical basketball powerhouse as well. Yeah,
they've been really good this year. I know a guy I went to high school with, Cody Tucker's son, younger son, plays there. Luke Tucker, very good shortstop for Crum. Actually, he signed with Arkansas State, and his older brother played at Arkansas State and is now the senior playing for University of Memphis.
Oh.
So Crum has really developed that program up there, and had a really good record, and I thought Crum was going to beat Van Alstyne, and it didn't happen. And then I thought Godly was going to beat Van Alstyne, and it didn't happen either. So it kind of started making you scratch your head a little bit as to, okay, let's see what's going on.
Well, you
here.
Never know till you know, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
so that brings up for Van Alstyne their number 9 hole hitter, number 13, the right fielder, Noah Godwin. Noah has a ground out to first base tonight in his only at bat. Here's another hard ball. Actually wasn't as hard as I thought.
Way out in front of a breaking ball, I think, there.
Yeah. But it does go foul, so no balls, 1 strike. On his first at-bat, hit a really hard ball to Kason Wilkins at first base, who did a good job knocking it down, and Grant Burton covered the bag to get the out.
Oh,
takes a big swing for strike 2. I think he was trying to hit the cows out there past right center there on that swing. If you've never been to Canton, this is a real unique setup, and there's kind of a visual perception trick to your eyes. It looks like there's
strikeout
to end.
That was the best 2-strike pitch he's thrown tonight, high and outside.
He threw it high and outside.
Yeah.
But if you've never been here, the outfield fence, and then there's a highway, and then right across the highway is a pasture. But from back behind the plate, you can't see the highway. All you can see is the pasture and the cows, so you think the cows are right outside the outfield wall.
It would take Barry Bonds to get that. I'm not sure he could do that.
Yeah, that's a Bryce Harper shot.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know exactly what the dimensions are. I don't see any markers on the fences or anything, but it would be a monstrous shot.
I tell you what I'd like to see here are some numbers on the wall. It looks like a fairly good-sized park. I'd like to know exactly how big it is.
Right, it does. So 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. So we have a pinch hitter up for Van Alstyne. Take strike 1. Looks like number 20, Matthew Sanchez.
Another lefty.
Another lefty, right behind the first one, Godwin there. He takes strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Grant Burton still masterful tonight. Foul ball straight back, 0-2. Grant's done a great job this evening, working ahead, staying ahead in counts. I still see the Spring Hill bench over there working. I see Coach Redwine over there moving outfielders. So they're continuing to be into the game. They're continuing to do the little things right. They want to end this thing and move on to next week to face either Carthage or Kennedale.
What a good pitch.
Another play by Wilkin at first.
That's a great play.
Just another make the routine play. Kason Wilkins, the ball hit to his right side. He has to go get the ball.
Grant doing a great job of getting off the mound.
Coming off the mound and getting to first base for cover. Those are your,
I could have made a case here to let the second baseman just handle it and throw it to the first baseman.
Those are your banana drills you work on.
You bet.
So another 3-1 put out for the second out of the inning, and brings up number 5, the center fielder, Graham Haynes. Has a ground out to third base, and a fly out to Brian Seal in right field. Grant falls behind the hitter in this one, unusual. Comes right back. Low, 2-0. And I don't have all the stats here, Carl, but I believe the only other hitter he went down 2-0, he ended up walking. But we'll see. That one was inside right under his hand, so 3-0. Grant still doing a great job at 75 pitches. Just come back here, throw a strike, and make him earn it. Let's see if he'll swing. 3-0. Right down the middle for strike one. Great pitch.
Good velocity.
So now 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Spring Hill leads 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nice pitch, pop up.
I believe right fielder.
I believe Corbin Broles is going to get there for the pop out.
Boy, they look so much deeper when they're hitting. They're not. I'm going to take a little 5-minute break. Randy, I'll let you handle it all.
Sounds great. All right, so that takes us to the top of the 7th inning. We have Spring Hill up 8-0. Coming up for Spring Hill, we'll have the shortstop, Mason Barnes. The designated hitter, number 11, Trenton Bell. And then back to the top of the order, number 12, the center fielder, Magnum TA, Travis Allen. And with that, we'll let you enjoy some music. I'm going to take a drink, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, fans. For Van Alstyne, we still have number 3, Upton, on the mound. He came in relief of number 9, Beats, early in the game. Beats had thrown 51 pitches. Spring Hill was able to get to him early. Spring Hill put up 7 runs in the first 3 innings. They've gone a little colder here in the bottom half, but they lead 8-0. So it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter leading off the inning. Looks like number 8, Mason Hassel, is going to pinch hit for the shortstop, number 19, Mason Barnes. Good job by Coach Methvin trying to get some other guys in the game. All of these guys have worked hard all year. Nice to see some of the guys who don't get a lot of at-bats or don't get a lot of playing time get a chance here in some of these games, especially in a playoff atmosphere. Let's see if Hassel can take his opportunity and produce. So, again, we got number 8, Mason Hassel, in the game, pinch hitting for number 19, the shortstop, Mason Barnes. First pitch takes a strike on the inside corner. Good pitch by the pitcher, Upton. So no balls, 1 strike. Swinging up over the top of it for strike 2 is Hassel. See if he takes a good 2-strike approach here, tries to put the ball in play. Oh, well, not only did that, he just took one to the noggin, so a hit by pitch for Mason Hassel on an 0-2 count. I think that one just got away from the pitcher a little bit. He definitely didn't want that to happen up in the count with the way he was. So number 8, Mason Hassel on first base, brings up the designated hitter to number 9 hole. Number 11, designated hitter Trenton Bell, who has been on fire. That ball's inside. So Bell's got a single tonight, a 2-run triple, and a strikeout.
So we had a guy get hit while I was wandering around.
Yeah, that was the pinch hitter, Mason Hassel. He got hit on an 0-2 count. And the pitcher really didn't want that.
I saw the amazing Arlie Small, Ryan Small. Do you know Ryan Small? He was a catcher for Garrett Methvin on the 09 squad.
Absolutely. I met Ryan at one of the alumni games, I think the one earlier this year.
Oh, yeah.
Good pitch by Upton out there on the mound for Van Alstyne. So one ball, 1 strike on the designated hitter, number 11, Trenton Bell. Spring Hill trying to see if they can scratch across a few more runs here in the top of the 7th inning, leading 8-0.
Another that's a shot right there.
High hit ball, way deep in left field.
Oh, don't go over. Oh, it
gonna
didn't.
bounce off the wall.
We're going to get a run here, I believe. Yeah,
And
we're going to get a run.
He held the runner at third.
Oh, God, that would have been an easy run,
But
I think.
another double off the wall by Trenton Bell.
Now, that's a ball that got up with a little oomph on it, you know.
And, Carl, I think if this is earlier in the year or in a few more weeks, I think it's humid tonight.
Oh, yeah. So the ball's not carrying
exactly.
like it
I think that ball's out.
Yeah.
I really do.
I thought it was gone because of it was hit so high.
Right. All right, so we have another pinch hitter coming in. So number 1, Hudson Bartell is going to come in and pitch hit for number 12, the center fielder, Travis Allen.
This is really nice to let some of the guys who don't play regularly get a taste of the at-bat in the playoffs.
Absolutely. I was just talking about that while you stepped away. You know, all of these guys have worked hard all year.
Absolutely.
And for them to get a chance to come in here, especially in the playoffs, and get an opportunity.
It means a lot. It means a lot.
It means a lot, and it means a lot to them in another way is if you're listening to all the guys over here in the dugout, they're their biggest fans. They want them to get out here and succeed. It's another strike there. Hudson's a sophomore. He's probably going to be a big-time part of the program next year. Possibly infielder, maybe outfielder.
You got to pick. That's good enough to score a run right there.
He flares it. Catch is made. Hassel's coming home from third. Nice throw, but not in time.
There we go.
So a sac fly.
I'm assuming
And Carl, I just got a message on my iWatch here, or Apple Watch. Carthage has beat Kennedale 6-2 in Game 1. So Game 2.
Randy, I'm for a Kilgore. I like Driller. It's historic. You know?
It is historic. I will agree with that. I would rather play on turf, honestly. That's just me.
Well, that may be the determining factor since so much is played on turf.
And the ball kicks away.
Now
he's going to try to come home, but the catcher's late going to pick it up.
All right, and we got Reed Noon up hitting too.
Trenton Bell scores. And sorry, as we were talking, Ed, another pinch hitter coming up for second baseman Corbin Broyles. We have number 7, Reed Noon in. And look you can see the crowd or the dugout over there just having a blast over in the dugout.
It's nice to be in the up 10 in a one-game
playoff.
Yep.
Good take by Reed.
Again, Reed's my old neighbor. He broke my window, so I know he can hit. So here we go.
And Reed got some chances as DH earlier in the year on the varsity. Ooh, and that ball hit him. So
I think he actually had a good on-base percentage between his batting average and walking.
Yeah, he did. He really did. He was doing a good job, and they were mixing some kids in and out of there, especially during early season tournament action. Like I said, it wasn't until latter part of district till Bell really took over at the DH.
Right.
And you're not getting him out of the lineup now. Absolutely.
Well, no, you can't take him out now.
So Reed Noon's at first. Trent Thompson's up. And a hard hit ball just smashed into left field. Third baseman had no chance to catch that. Just a really hard hit ball, which is going to bring up number 22, Kason Wilkins.
If you've ever been on the other side of a 10-0 score, the bus ride home is a long one, especially if you're a senior.
Right. So Spring Hill with Reed Noon at second. Trent Thompson at first with one out, leading 10-0 the top of the 7th inning. Number 22, Kason Wilkins up. That ball's inside. I think Van Alstyne's getting a little frustrated here. I think Upton, he's giving it his best.
Yeah, he's done a good job since he came in.
Absolutely. And that's a ground ball up the middle.
Maybe a double play ball.
And it is a good double play to end the inning. So Kason Wilkins ended up grounding to a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. But Spring Hill's able to tack on 2 more. Spring Hill leads 10-0, headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll have your 3, 4, 5 hole hitters up for Van Alstyne in their last chance to make some noise here. Grant Burton is still cruising along, 77 pitches, looking very efficient.
He's got a lot of leeway, Randy, on his pitch count. How about that?
He does have a lot of leeway.
Let's hope he doesn't.
Sure.
He doesn't need any of it.
And knowing Grant, he's like I said, he's Joe Cool. He's going to come out there. He's going to pitch to contact. He's not going to try to nibble on the outsides of the zone too much. I think he's going to throw it in there, pitch to contact.
At a moment like this, it's blow it down the middle and let them hit it.
Right. If they hit it, they hit it.
Yeah.
They're not going to hit a 10-run home run.
I always talk about Mariano Rivera. If you've ever listened to him, John Wetland was a closer when he was young for the Yankees, and he gave Wetland a ton of credit because Wetland didn't care if he gave up a run as long as they were up 2. He was going to throw strikes, and he said he learned so much from that approach of not trying to be too fine.
Right. Not nibble too much.
Not nibble, not put guys on, and then give up, the big inning.
Absolutely. All right, so it looks like, we had all the pinch hitters come in that inning, but it looks like the players have basically gone back to all their defensive positions now. So Grant Burton still at the mound, Eli Emery behind the plate, Kason Wilkins at first base, Corbin Broyles at second, Mason Barnes at short, Trent Thompson at third. In the outfield, from left to right, Caden Rhodes, Travis Allen, and Brian Seal. Spring Hill looking to get 3 more outs to advance to their second straight regional final. In the other regional semifinal, Carthage has beaten Kennedale 6-2 in Game 1. Game 2 and Game 3 of that series, if necessary, will be Saturday. Game 2 scheduled to start at 2 p.m. Saturday at Emory Raines High School, and Game 3, if necessary, will follow. And, Carl, I can imagine there's going to be a large contingent of Spring Hill Panthers at Emory Raines Stadium on Saturday watching the Carthage-Kennedale game.
Yeah. That would really be nice to have a closer-to-home matchup for sure.
And Canton hasn't been too bad.
No, it's it's really the facility itself is awesome.
So starting off here in the bottom of the 7th. Ball up.
Oh, not up that much, though.
Yeah, it was not a bad miss. Got number 3, Carter Upton, the pitcher for Van Alstyne, up.
Oh, a shot.
Ball right down the middle, but right at Kate Rhodes in left field. Hard hit ball for sure.
That's probably the hardest hit ball they've had tonight.
I believe so. But that's what you call it. That was an atom ball. He hit it right at him. So that brings up number 2, Brady Skipworth.
Should we do the countdown? 2 outs away from advancing.
Yeah.
This will be our 3rd regional final in 4 years.
4 years,
yeah.
2 in a row.
Pretty impressive.
We had lost to Salina in the regional final, then we lost to Taylor in the regional semis or quarters, and then last year finally broke through. And
foul up the right side
against China Spring.
When we played Salina, I don't know if you know this or not. We went and watched Kilgore play Salina in the state championship football game. Salina is the fastest growing city in the United States.
Oh, absolutely.
And that just goes to how many people are moving to Texas and particularly the Dallas area.
In that area, absolutely.
Man.
Good pitch by Grant. He's ahead 0-2 now.
Ball was in the glove almost.
Absolutely. So Grant with 0-2 count, 1 out, sitting at 81 pitches. Spring Hill leads 10-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And strike 3, just right down the gut.
Well, this is what I was hoping for sure. And we had a little throwing around mistake that time.
Yeah, we don't want to get sloppy now. And what will happen is this is what Coach Methvin's going to remind these guys of is, hey, we're almost done. Don't get sloppy. Let's do the little things right. And it's what Kellen McKay and I had talked about with the teams in the fall. We're going to play up to the Spring Hill standard. We don't care about how the other team plays. We're going to play to the Spring Hill standard.
You play one way all the time.
And even if we won 10-0, but we didn't play to the standard, guess what? We had to run sprints. So that brings up 21 for Van Alstyne. Landon Newkirk takes breaking ball high for ball 1. and Grant tried to pull the string on that one a little too much. Newkirk's up ahead in the count 2-0, but with 2 outs, Spring Hill leads 10-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning, needing just one more out to finish off this one-game series and advance. So strike one, Newkirk really pulled his head out on that swing. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Foul straight back into the net.
That's more like it, 2-2 now.
I think that one was headed for Mr. Seal over there. I don't know if he'd been quite ready for it.
I'm not sure any of us would be quite ready for those.
And the crowd starts to come alive here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Grant Burton delivers the pitch. And strike 3!
Spring Hill's going to the regional final, Randy.
Spring Hill advances to their 2nd straight regional final with a dominant 10-0 victory over the Van Alstyne Panthers. Great job by Grant Burton. Complete game, shutout on 86 pitches. 1 walk, 1 hit allowed.
Well, and we appreciate everybody who listens. Sorry about the scoreboard.
12 strikeouts.
Oh, that's a great night for him. He, like I said, he was masterful tonight.
Absolutely.
And he didn't mess around, didn't throw hardly any pitches. But hopefully next week Cody will be back, and I won't have to worry with this technology part of it, okay? And maybe we get a scoreboard that works. But
I agree with you.
We appreciate y'all listening. Randy, I enjoyed doing the game with you. It was a lot of fun and a great win for Spring Hill.
Absolutely. Want to congratulate Van Alstyne on a great season. Way to go, Panthers. We get to play one more week. Fans out there, we appreciate you listening. Thank you.